Hello. Welcome back as we rejoin Welcome, the artificially intelligent astronaut, as it explores this alien world in which we find ourselves. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll do this spiel as it does. It does actually help the channel. Please like if you like the game entity or the way I'm representing entity. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more of me telling stories, making things up as I go along, and sometimes even doing voices. And please comment if there's anything you'd like to add about either how I'm playing Entity, the game itself by Peter Schultz. If I've said your name wrong, if you are Peter, please comment. But we will get on with it. So welcome. Had just been to had done some analysis of the surrounding area in attempting to build a geospatial analysis laboratory to assist in some of the navigational complexities of the planet, being a solid structure that will then remain, and had explored a scorched glass field off in the distance, an unknown distance away from our main research location, had encountered a strange life form, a Sci-Bunny, that can manipulate it has one big eye, hence the Cyclops bit, and can manipulate the environment around it using some form of telekinesis. We had also seen an ancient monolith standing off into the distance alone, which we may explore another time if that comes up. And we managed to acquire some resources, some data, and an aspect towards our final laboratory. So what we now are going to do is we're going to now back. We can now do a side activity. So I will now go through the side activities. We didn't do this last session, and so this is an important part that we can now do in this session too, side activities. So side activities, what we can do is there are several things. We have collecting data, we have recharging energy, we have gathering additional resources, or we could attempt to implement an upgrade. Implementing an upgrade, or self-repairing to remove one strain from our suit. So we don't have any strain or any impediments. We need 5 resources to remove one strain from our suit. We have 4 resources. We need 10 resources to implement an upgrade. We can attempt to gather some resources using an adaptivity roll. We can attempt to recharge to get extra energy. We have 5 energy consumed, 5 left, so that might be an idea before we go out. Or we could attempt to collect some data. Initiate this side activity by adding your analytics trait number to the number of 4. This ability, so we can then collect data, gain data equal to your analytics trait value, half. Okay, so if we gained data, that means we could add it to our 2 and then add that onto our challenge roll to see if we can get another aspect. So that might be good. At the moment, we can burn 4 resources and create 2 data out of it. And we have 50% of our energy left. So hopefully we can have enough energy, otherwise we'll have to quit. So I think what I'm going to do is we are going to use the fact that we set some devices up observing those side bunnies, and we are going to remotely call the telemetry in and attempt to do some analysis of that data and see if that data can help us get more information. So we have our analytics trait, which is 4 plus a 5, which will give us a 7. So we have a 7 to attempt to roll collecting data. A 7 and a 7. So is it equal to or less than? Equal to or less than, with a little line under it. So that's a full success. So that means that we gain data equal to your analytics value trait. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which would give us 9 data. So we have 9 data at the moment, which is pretty cool. I think we start, our max starting capacity of data is 10. So that's the most that we can unassist. Oh yeah, just there, it's grayed out. So without building a structural upgrade, that's the most we can get. So we've done a bit of a side activity. So the next thing is we need to work out a location that we want to go and explore for our next aspect. Oh, and at the end, there are these discoveries that we might be told to look at, and I haven't read those, so I don't know what any of them are. So, percentage for our location. 99. The violet plains. Wide open plains covered with tall grass that takes on a violet hue under the stars, providing a stark contrast to the otherwise harsh landscape. So we're going to head off towards a place called the Violet Plains that we have seen in the distance. Whilst we're travelling there, let's see what's in the sky whilst we're travelling there. 23. We can see... Oh, okay, here we go. So there are bioluminescent particles floating in the air in the distance. So we can see them above these violet plains. Whatever this plant or this crop is, it's causing these tiny little incredibly beautiful purple luminescent drifts to come up into the sky and then circle around in the surrounding area above here. And so whilst we travel there, 67, so that's our location. Oh no, that's not what we do we? We do this. Our travel is this. 6. Nothing. Okay, and so we have no travel encounter on our way to these violet. So maybe that's not that far. It's not that far a distance from our research laboratory, our main centre hub, before we go out and then we start seeing all of these fields of these luminescent materials floating in the air. So, because we have 9 data, I think I'm going to burn all 9 data for our roll on the location encounter table, because that means that no matter what, we're going to get another aspect. If I roll a 10, that's going to be a huge waste of those 9. What have I got? A 9. So I only needed a 1. But it says before you roll to burn it. So we burnt all of that data. So now we have a challenge, an opportunity, a finding, and then we have our aspect. So what do we have for our challenge? $66. This is the same as we had before. Nope. A rogue AI entity from an ancient civilization crosses our path. Okay. Rogue AI from an ancient civilization. We've got robotics, IT, or communication. Our IT is our tops with a 7. So we encounter this AI. How did we encounter it? Is it in the luminescent field? Is it in the luminescent gas? Maybe something starts to interface with our systems as we enter the field to explore this area and get more data. As the particles basically as we breathe, as the particles begin exchanging. So our systems, we may not breathe, but our systems may need cooling. So as our system's cooling is operating and air is being drawn over certain circuits, parts of the particles are being brought into our suit, and those particles are interfacing with us, and we start to feel as though something is beginning to try and infiltrate our systems and is trying to possibly communicate or possibly overcome our systems and overcome us. So what did I say? 66. Yeah, so we have robotics, IT, or communication. So IT is our highest. Oh, hold on. We've got adaptability is 5. Communications would give us a 6. IT gives us a 7. Robotics, IT gives us a 7. Robotics gives us a 6. Communication gives us a 6. So information technology, which is a 7. So we have a 7. A 6 and an 8. So we are going to utilize our integrated multi-tool and burn 2 energy to attempt to re-roll this 8 to a 5, which gives us a strong hit. So that strong success means that we fight back the AI. So we also have, there's a rogue AI on the planet moving around. So we defeat it back and then it goes quiet, and it seems as though we can't detect or sense the presence of this AI on the planet anymore. So maybe planet-wide we can draw this back as another resource. If we get an AI come again, it will be the same AI, and we can start to give it some traits and give it an identity because it keeps coming back. So next we have an opportunity. So we will roll on the encounter opportunities table. 11. You find abandoned survival pods with useful supplies. Gain 3 resources on a success. So we have survival or engineering. Our survival gives us a 3, and our adaptability of a 5 will give us an 8. So we'll just use that. So we use survival, 5 and 2, which is strong success. That was 11, wasn't it? So we get 3 resources on a success. And so we manage to so we find these pods. I don't know if you have seen Raised by Wolves, not the British comedy series, but the American, I can't remember what series. It's very good, sci-fi planet, strange AI, robot-y things. They find some smashed up pods, a down pod, and it has the virtual reality system within it. This is what we find. We find something very similar to this, a survival pod which has been half scavenged, buried. Maybe it's in the middle of this field of corn and this strange bioluminescent violet stuff, and maybe we find the resources, and it's the housing that the AI did occupy. So many millennia ago, this technology is clearly ancient, but we're able to scavenge certain resources from this technology, which is in the base. I'm going to just call that pod, which is in the base and giving us 3 resources. So next we have a roll on the findings table. So what do we find around this area? 12. You find an alien artifact. Its construction offers insights into alien technology. Gain 1 data. So that must be this ancient alien escape pod. It looks like a mix between a standard escape pod and something from Prometheus, with strange Geiger carvings and structures all around this pod, which clearly ancient tech clearly stands out in amongst this field of strange violet corn, creating this bioluminescent cloud above us, looking beautiful in aspect. Maybe even the reason why this corn is growing in such a harsh environment is stuff leaking from this ancient technology, which is possibly then our aspect. Is we will take some of whatever this substance is that's leaking from here, which is basically is linking with the soil and the environment, to give us the aspect to help in constructing our geospatial analysis laboratory, to help us in know what's going to be happening in the environment for navigation and for different seismic activities, so as we can easily define what we're going to happen afterwards. So that then gives us our ancient tech aspect to assist us in our final aspect, well, not our final, our penultimate aspect collection for our geospatial analysis laboratory, where we will then return back to our headquarters, and we will go back to do let's do our side. We've got a side activity, haven't we? I think our side activity for this one is going to be, we're going to recharge. Even though we only have 1 data, so more data collection would be useful. I think we're just going to, at this point, we will recharge energy, and hopefully we can utilize more data in future exploration cycle, to try and then come back and get more another aspect. So we might need to have another cycle, and then we'll be able to collect another aspect. So we need to add our technology, which is a 4 to a 4, giving us an 8. And then we have a roll against that. We will either, on a full success, we will get 8 back. On a partial success, we'll get 4 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've consumed 7, so really want a full success. So on 8s, 5 and 6 gives us a full success back. So we spend our time, downtime, doing some analysis of the area to try and work out the next location to go to, with various solar panels sticking out of our shoulders, recharging the suit's energy to give us a head start. And I am going to, there might be a cut here because my daughter's about to come home from school. So I will stop recording and I'll start again afterwards. Okay, so we have returned back to base, and for our final aspect, we are going to try and do an final explosion to help us build our geospatial analysis laboratory from Welcome. So we do have 1 data, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 resources, so we can use 6 of those to get 3, giving us a total of 4 data to assist us in our final challenge roll. But first off, we need to do some analysis and see if we can define our location that we're going to go and explore on the planet. So we roll on our locations table. 19. Titanium glaciers. Ooh. So we have a unique glacier formation made from ultra-dense ice mixed with titanium deposits gleaming metallically under the stars. So we're going to head towards these titanium deposits. So that means first off, we'll need to, let's have a look at what's in the distance as we start to move closer. So, we could see what's in the sky. Let's see what's in the sky above this. 59 in the sky, bright red supernova, remnant, contrasts against the dark sky. So above these, we have a bright red supernova. So that bright red supernova going off in the sky is a glinting off of these titanium glaciers off in the distance. We will then travel. Let's see what happens on our travel to it. So this is our remote sensors and various analysis is showing this. We have an 8 where we have an opportunity. So we have a travel opportunity. Encounter opportunity. Okay, so what do we find on the way? So on our way there, we have some opportunity crosses our paths. 06. Bubbling alien hot springs is brimming with unique chemical compounds. Gain 2 resources on a success. So we have chemistry. So just near these glacial titanium glaciers with the supernova, just maybe bubbling around just nearby, we have detected as we traipse across. For some reason, I've got like a salt plane in my mind. A salt plane moving towards these titanium glaciers just popped into my mind. Just an expanse of white salt with just these jutting metallic glaciers glinting and the red supernova going off and coming off the surface. So the salt looking almost glowing, almost pink as we leave our footprints as we move along. And just over into the distance, we see these bubbling hot springs. So we move over to explore them. We have chemistry or biology. Our analytics is 3. Our chemistry is better than our biology, which gives us a 5. So we have 5s, which is a failure. Let's just do a single. Well, that's just a failure, isn't it? So if we fail, that would be an impediment. A success would be a partial, would be a strain. So let's burn 4 energy and re-roll both. So 5s. We'll just keep that as partial success. So partial success means that we take a strain. So in attempting to acquire this, maybe we've slipped and our arm goes in and it contaminates the chemicals, but also damages our suit slightly as our arm falls in to the hot springs, and we're unable to get a good enough reading of the contaminant because we've contaminated it to be able to actually acquire any of the resources. So we are going to burn, as we get up to the glaciers, the titanium glaciers, we will consume 6 of our resources to give us 3 data, and then we'll consume our final data, giving us a +4 to this roll, being an 8 + 4 being a 12, meaning that around here we will have a challenge, we will have an opportunity, we will have a finding, and then we will finally gain our aspect. So first off, we have our challenge. So what do we encounter for our challenge? 23. An alien parasitic software tries to interfere with your systems, aiming to turn your power off. So this is IT or engineering. We have, so our IT is a 7. So we will use IT. So we have, so maybe this is the AI is back. So the AI is back and attempting to shut us down. So this is the rogue AI. The rogue AI is back. So it also attempts to shut down our energy. There is a series of books, I don't know, you might have encountered it, it's quite by Craig Anderson, called X-Force, and in one of them, where Skippy comes from, one of them there is an energy virus, which is from the Elders, which is attempting to drain things of energy. This AI has created an energy virus which is attempting to drain our systems. So we will attempt to use so what was that? That was parasitic software attempting to interface to, so AI. So we will use IT, which is 7s, 4 and 7s. I'm going to call that a 5 because I'm very generous to myself. So that we successfully shut that down and repel the virus, the viritic system, which is attempting to turn our power off. The AI, the rogue AI, will be getting more and more angry with this this being, us, who has disturbed the peace of its tranquility. Maybe it sees it as its planet. Next, we have an opportunity. What is our opportunity? 95. An alien medical pod offers a chance to study advanced bioengineering methods. Gain 3 data on a success. So exploring this titanium glacier, maybe it takes days of us. It's a huge, massive field, and we are trying our best to do a grid search, and we find just a crashed craft in one place, and most of the craft has been destroyed by the glaciers forming around it, but one section allows us to integrate with it and to get, so we'll probably, so biology gives us a 4, IT is a 7, engineering is a 5, so we would use IT, so we will get 3 data on a success for this, so 7s, a 6 and a 1, that gives us a success, so we get 3 data. I think we can use that on our next roll, possibly. So that is our opportunity, was a biopod. And next we have a findings, encounter findings. 63. I'm always looking at the one at this end as being the hundreds, and the one down this end as being the units. So 63. You find salvageable scrap from an old Soyuz wreckage. Gain 1 resource. So also amongst all here, we've got the resources and various other aspects. So we have old Soyuz wreckage. And then finally, we are able to acquire our aspects. So possibly in amongst the biopod and the Soyuz wreckage, we acquire enough components that we can scavenge together to be able to drag back to our headquarters and then put together to form the aspect of our geospatial analysis laboratory. So we will then return, taking all of these parts back, we will return back. Now, we have data, resources, and energy usage. Wrong book. We might utilize for our side quest at this point. So rather, because we know that at the end of this, we have now finished the mission. So at the end of the mission, we would zero our resources and our data. So we might as well use the resources and the data to actually build an upgrade, because we can put an upgrade in. So upgrades. Upgrades are indispensable for your survival. So we need 10 resources to implement an upgrade. And I've got... So how do we get... I don't think there's much we can do with it, to be honest. Alright, so what else can we do? So we can't put an upgrade in. There's no point us collecting data or resources, because it says we start every mission with 0 resources and 0 data. I don't think we can do anything. I don't think there's much we can do as a side activity. We could collect data, but we're not going to be able to use it because it's going to go, because this is our last one. We can recharge energy, but that will reset to 10. We haven't got enough resources to implement an upgrade, and there's no point doing a self-repair, which we could do. No, we couldn't. We haven't got enough resources. But that strain is going to go at the end anyway. So basically at the end of this mission, we have spent a time, we would build so we will have structures. Is there space on here? No, maybe I'll put it on the right back of the character sheet. So no, because it always structures. We have a geospatial lab, which gives us, we can re-roll 1 navigation. So when we're asked to roll for navigation, we can re-roll 1 navigation action dice automatically. Pointless, but it gives us, we've built something. And so next we need to decide on our next mission, which we may do in the next episode, because the battery on that camera is running out. So thank you very much for watching. It's been very awesome. I think I'll do some more of that. That's quite cool. And then I will say thank you very much for liking if you've liked. Thank you very much for subscribing if you've subscribed. If you haven't done either, please do. It's just clicking some buttons. And if you have any comments, I would love to see them so I can reply to them. Other than that, I will see you here next time for the next game of Entity. See ya.